Pluto failed one test, yet it passes almost every rule you'd expect a planet to follow. That sounds impossible, and that's exactly why its story is still one of the biggest debates in astronomy. Imagine standing on Pluto. The sun is nothing more than a bright star in the distance. Temperatures plunge below minus 230 degrees Celsius. Everything is frozen, silent, empty. Yet despite being nearly 6 billion kilometers from the sun, Pluto does something every planet is supposed to do. It orbits a star. Check. So why was it kicked out of the planetary club? For nearly 80 years, nobody questioned Pluto's status. It was the ninth planet. Kids memorized it. Scientists accepted it. Then everything changed. But here's the strange part. Pluto didn't suddenly shrink. It didn't explode. It didn't leave the solar system. The problem wasn't Pluto. The problem was what scientists started finding around it. As telescopes improved, astronomers discovered more large objects beyond Neptune. Suddenly, Pluto didn't look unique anymore. And that raised a dangerous question. If Pluto is a planet, how many other planets are hiding out here too? The answer threatened to rewrite the entire solar system. And that's when things changed. Scientists needed a new definition of planet, a definition that would decide Pluto's fate forever. But that's not even the craziest part. The new definition sounded simple. A planet must orbit the sun. A planet must be round. And a planet must dominate its orbital neighborhood. Pluto easily passed the first test. It also passed the second. In fact, Pluto is beautifully round because its gravity is strong enough to pull itself into a sphere. Score 2 for Pluto. Case closed, right? Not even close. And this is where it gets weird. Pluto lives inside the Kuiper Belt, a massive region packed with icy objects, dwarf planets, and ancient debris left over from the formation of the solar system. Unlike Earth, Jupiter, or Neptune, Pluto doesn't control the space around its orbit. It shares it. That single fact changed everything. Scientists argued that a true planet should have enough gravity to clear out nearby objects over billions of years. Pluto couldn't do that. So in 2006, it was officially reclassified as a dwarf planet. Just like that. One vote, one definition, one demotion. But many people never accepted it. Because when you actually look at Pluto, it feels like a planet. It has mountains, glaciers, weather, ice volcanoes, a surprisingly complex surface. What happens next changes everything. Some people wondered whether Pluto simply needed more mass. What if it absorbed the countless icy objects surrounding it? What if Pluto grew larger? Could it earn its title back? The numbers suggested something incredible. A much larger Pluto could become bigger than Mercury and approach the size of Mars. For a moment, it sounded like the perfect redemption story, until scientists realized the terrifying consequence. The idea seemed harmless. Make Pluto bigger. Make Pluto stronger. Make Pluto a planet again. But hidden inside the solar system was a problem nobody expected. Pluto and Neptune have a strange relationship. Their orbits actually cross. At first glance, that sounds like a future collision waiting to happen. Yet it never happens. Why? Because the two worlds are locked in an orbital resonance, a precise gravitational dance repeated over millions of years. Every movement is perfectly timed. Every pass is carefully balanced. One mistake could change everything. But here's the strange part. If Pluto suddenly gained enormous mass, that balance could be disrupted. The delicate rhythm protecting both worlds might break. And if that happened, future encounters could become far more dangerous. The very thing that could make Pluto a planet might also threaten the stability of the outer solar system. Suddenly, Pluto's greatest weakness became its greatest protection. And that flips the entire story upside down. For decades, people believed Pluto was unfairly rejected. But maybe Pluto isn't failing the definition of a planet. Maybe it's revealing something deeper. Maybe being small is exactly what keeps the solar system working. The farther scientists look, the stranger Pluto becomes. A world with mountains, glaciers, weather, mysteries, and a history unlike any other. A planet to some, a dwarf planet to others, a cosmic outsider to everyone. And after everything we've learned, one question still refuses to disappear. If Pluto looks like a planet, acts like a planet, and feels like a planet, what really makes a planet a planet?